Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as donations come pouring in, inmates work to help victims still left in shock in the wake of deadly weather over the weekend. And with the holidays approaching, we're heading into the 100 deadliest days for teen drivers, distractions and crashes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Thursday, May 22nd. We are just about 1 minute away from 6:30 this morning. And Megan, it's been a nice start to our Thursday, I have to say. Didn't see fog. We know, we've established that's my enemy. Instead, I just had some nice, cool weather to start my Thursday.
Yeah, it was kind of nice to walk out the door and just be reminded that it's cold outside. I don't remember feeling that for the past who knows how long. But yeah, this morning temperatures are sitting in the 50s. In fact, low 50s for a lot of the region. 50 degrees in Williamsburg and Boonville, 51 in Manchester, 52 for Middlesboro and Jonesville. And as we head into the afternoon, we'll continue on this cooler trend with temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. Cooler temperatures tomorrow. Definitely looking forward to that too. Here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar. Nice and clear skies this morning. Just a little bit of clouds as you're heading throughout the next couple hours. And in fact, speaking of, here's what you can expect as you're breaking down that day. Cloud cover will increase. We have slight chances of rain as you're heading into the afternoon hours. Amelia.
Well, we are learning more about the people taken in the deadly EF4 tornado that unleashed destruction in southern Kentucky Friday night. Darlene Miller was among those who lived in the Sunshine Hills neighborhood. She was 67. Her son spoke to WYMT's Phil Pendleton about how she's being remembered.
As the many pieces are picked up where devastation rained down Friday night, people are trying to find ways to put their lives back together. And for some, it's the lives lost that hurts the most.
It's unbelievable that I can't see my mom no more. I mean, she's all I had. Now I'm all by just me and my kids. That's all I got.
Rodney Miller says losing his mother comes shortly after losing his father to cancer. A single parent raising 3 kids, his mother was a huge help.
She's all I had. And I got 3 kids that got disabilities, and she's the only one would help me with them, like when they're out of school and stuff.
I'm also learning a little bit more about Darlene Miller from those who live and work around here. Simply put, one Kentucky state trooper tells me that she was the godliest woman that he had ever met. Rodney says he doesn't know much about what she was doing Friday night. He tried to convince her to come to his house in Ohio before the bad weather hit.
She said, no, not right now. Just wait till the kids get closer out of school.
Then on Saturday morning, he learned the worst news possible, that she had died the result of the tornado.
No answer, and I didn't want to believe that it was true until they said Sunshine Hill or whatever, the tornado hit, and I got thinking, I was like, that's where my mom was.
And now she's no longer with him and the community she lived in and loved for 10 years. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The funeral for Darlene Miller is being handled by Dowell and Martin Funeral Home in Mount Vernon. A service will take place Saturday. Rescue crews and volunteers are taking action to find lost pets after the tornado. GB Rescue is actively searching for pets that either ran away from home during the storm or might still be in the rubble. GB crews use advanced technological drones to read body heat from animals. Local clinics are also providing free services for animals that are found. At last check, GB rescued 3 dogs so far.
You know, obviously people focus on the people, which is extremely important, but you do what you can do, and what we can do is help the animals. And then if there's anything serious that needs medication or further treatment, then we're referring back down to the actual clinic in Corbin, and then we're doing all of the vetting for free. So exams, if they need surgery, medications, all of that's covered because we've had tons of donations coming in for it.
Some of those free services for the dogs brought to them include providing vaccinations, flea medication, and microchipping. Some musical acts will be gathering in the coming days to help support victims of last weekend's tornado. There will be a concert next Tuesday in Somerset. The 606 Tornado Relief Benefit Concert will be at 7 o'clock on May 27th at the Virginia downtown. Some of the musicians will include Sunday Best and The Voice contestant Jordan Allen. We have more details on this on our website, WYMT.com. Another concert is being planned to help people impacted by the recent tornado. Banding Together will take place on May 31st at the Wildcat Harley-Davidson in London. The event will go from noon until 7, and there will be multiple local bands performing. In a post on Facebook, it says all proceeds and supplies will go towards relief efforts. In Laurel County, inmates have helped get donation centers up and running by unloading and organizing supplies given by the community. The inmates have been helping victims who come by load up their cars with supplies since the donation center opened on Monday. If you are looking to donate or are in need of assistance, you can visit 1812 North Main Street. It's the Old London Market next to Dollar Store and AutoZone. As folks in southern Kentucky clean up, local businesses and churches across the state are collecting items to take to impacted areas. The Phasalia Baptist Church in Kenton County in northern Kentucky is collecting items like plastic tarps, bottled water, clothes, flashlights, and batteries to take to tornado victims. As cleanup continues, many were left without the bare necessities. A family at Florence Memorial Church in Wayne County, West Virginia, is helping raise donations for people affected. Pastor David Ward says neighbors have donated non-perishable food, clothes, blankets, and burner stoves for people impacted by the storms. If you want to drop something off, Ward says to leave the donations on the back patio at the church.
Any way to help shelter these people and to feed these people, water is a great necessity. Canned foods, boxed foods, anything that can be stored and shipped and easily that without a lot of prep.
They will accept donations up until Friday afternoon, as they expect to deliver those donations early Saturday morning. Some people in Jefferson County are also pitching in to help out after many victims have had to move to hotels and shelters. Answering the calls for help when people need it most are what Don Barbara and a nonprofit at the Roll Call Foundation are best at. Tuesday, a group loaded up a trailer full of supplies going to people who need it most.
Put the post out that we were going to open up the doors again to collect, and stuff just started rolling in.
Well, it's not just nonprofits lending a hand. In the Beechmont neighborhood of Louisville, one man who owns the Streetery Food Hall is also helping out by taking down supplies. More counties were added for disaster and unemployment assistance for severe weather that happened back in April. Almost all of those counties that were added are not in our viewing area, but folks in Powell County were included for individual assistance as well as disaster unemployment assistance. That's for the historic flooding that mainly impacted central and western Kentucky. Cleanup efforts are underway in parts of Tennessee after Tuesday's storms. The National Weather Service says one tornado hit the Oliver Springs area and another hit Cumberland County. The storm brought heavy rains that flooded a field, forcing cows to take to higher ground. Lots of trees were uprooted and tree limbs scattered. One man says he looked outside and saw trees bending.
Severe rain and a lot of heavy wind. It blacked out where you couldn't see anything. It was raining so hard, but and you could hear the trees popping and cracking as they was tearing them down.
The Cumberland County Emergency Management Director says 5 homes and a fire station were damaged. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. A Magoffin County man was arrested after a small child in his care was found with signs of bruising. State police were called to an elementary school in Salyersville last Thursday about a complaint regarding criminal abuse of a child. When police got there, they said they noticed a 5-year-old boy had extensive bruising on his body. Reports claim that the previous night, Lonnie Lamaster grabbed him and threw him on the floor and then started to hurt him. Well, we are about to enter what driving safety experts call the 100 deadliest days of summer. From Memorial Day to Labor Day, there's often an increase in deadly crashes involving teen drivers. AAA says distractions like cell phones or multiple passengers in a car can increase the risk of a crash. They advise parents and caregivers to work closely with teens and keep lines of communication open to keep everyone safe. The Kentucky Public Service Commission approved the construction of a power plant in Casey County. East Kentucky Power Cooperative plans to build Liberty Station about 4 miles north of Liberty on Kentucky 49 near an interstate natural gas pipeline and a high voltage electric transmission line. That plant is expected to be in operation by late 2028 and will create 23 new full-time jobs. Construction is set to begin next fall. Transportation cabinet officials say a portion of US 27 is now open following last week's tornado. Following extensive cleanup, officials say the area between traffic signals 19 and 25 is accessible once again. They say work is still going on, so expect possible lane closings and use extra caution when traveling through the area. Officials say Kentucky 1642 remains closed at its intersection with US 27. The Transportation Cabinet says road work will continue for a couple of more days on one road in Perry County. Kentucky 3348 will be closed during the day until Friday for repairs being made to the pavement. The road will be closed from 8 until 3 at mile point 3.62.
It's a dry start to the morning and we'll continue to be on that trend for a little bit. However, we do have slight chances of rain as you're heading into the midday and afternoon hours. Current temperatures sitting in the 50s across the region, a little bit warmer as you're traveling more towards Monticello, upper 50s, 58 degrees, 57 in Prestonsburg. This afternoon, we will be warming into the upper 60s and low 70s. Warmest temperature is 73 in Middlesboro, coolest 64 degrees for Moorhead, Logan, and Wise. Let's talk about that bus stop forecast. As you're heading off to school, temperatures will be in the mid 50s, partly cloudy skies on the way back. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 60s with that slight chance of rain. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan. At 6:40, and we've got more mountain news on the way.